item for all Salone people and then party them. Sierra Leone Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salone discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour and the Gladi program, Look Me, I Look You. All this they start soon na www.sierragemedia.org. Now who's tem these?
Hill Valley Academy is a school that provides the very best opportunities for our students to develop, grow, and mature into young adults who are encouraged to become patriots as well as global citizens. We have high expectations and ambitions for all our students. We provide a caring, supportive, tolerant, and challenging environment in which all individuals can grow and flourish. A graduate of Hill Valley Academy is a well-rounded human being capable of making the most of what life has to offer. We actively encourage academic excellence with a sense of responsibility. We look forward to welcoming you to our school and to meeting you in the not too distant future, because together we achieve the extraordinary.
One of the key challenges is the public not too aware of how to dispose of them waste. Then they take them waste from the household, then they bring an treat, then they deposit on a gutter, then they deposit on an illegal site them, Insai City Council say not for to weigh dirty. So that one then one big challenge, illegal dumping of waste. And the second challenge, people are not too aware say dirty na thing wey them for pay for. All man get right for pay for dirty.
Even in trash can then, where city council install, people they pull and dirty overnight, can left on a treat for let we can total. Imagine you get for clean gutter, you get for sweep the treat, for let the treat fire, you get for good grass, and then possibly they pulling dirty back now house, can even a treat. Say city council they can clean for them.
So Freetonians there, they talk to now. We as council, we don't do a lot for more able for clean the city. We get so many activities that we don't undertake. And what we don't do now, every area where you do, you get a waste service provider where they around you there.
Central waste units, since we're going to business, in terms of waste business, like a group provides for a good service, but dirty business, like we don't get any problem with dirty issue. Always they come on time, come clean out the compounds, go in and out, everything but dirty business. We don't ever get a problem with that.
We appreciate them because now to deter the academies, they don't clean outside and do the necessary activity they're supposed to do. So I appreciate them a lot and I value their service within the Gendan Tory.
We Freetonians, any dirty where you see a Freeton, now one Freetonian, 9 putande. So for let we not see dirty in our city, for let we not see dirty in our street, for let we got to the not full up with dirty, call 8244 or you go now this we site here www.findmeinfreetown.com. Find me in Freetown. That place then now you go see either by call or na your phone on your WhatsApp, na that section there, you go see all the tricycle groups them, MMC plus the other one them. Call somebody, let them come, make arrangements with you for the collect you dirty on a regular basis. Then I for say for the collect you dirty constantly, nor put you dirty in a street. The freedom we want for see, now freedom way we get for create. Nobody no go down for we. So please, Fritonians, we want a clean city. Keep we city clean, not keep dirty in a street.
Amen. You no go jump again.
You no go jump again. That's I say,
I
don't stop. You don't come.
You know, side this red dot to the come out.
Yes.
He heals them.
There was a huge flooding which took place here a few days back. And on that note, we come here for see how we go best to mitigate that kind of flooding day, make it not repeat itself. The culvert of itself is about a 3 meters diameter flow of culvert in all the volume of them at one end. So and at twin culverts we get about 6 meters diameter flow. Now we are only having 2, so the 4 meter is all filled up with silt. So on that note, we get for can clear all these silt out machine. We clear them and we create a big opening, and also widen the volume of this streamline, so we will accommodate more water. So because what thing really happen when the water overflow, they move kind to the community.
They come along the line, we say water then settle inside the places and take the water everyone needs, right? So if they can't clean out so today or another tomorrow, I know say it will cause a great impact for me and the people living in here. I know say council will go do something where you know come again, say this will happen in case small rain come back. Because if this did not take place, we will call it like a flood mitigation, right? If this play don't take place, for any other problem or again we go and cannot cause any other problem again for we.
We are only here to do assessment. The machine is on the way coming, so we are going to start activity today.
In 2018, we were able to do this same kind of work here before the rain starts. And as a result of that, we were really able to minimize disaster in this community over the years that we follow. This year, because of financial constraints, the timing not work like how we want time for work. But interestingly, on the 21st of August, after that first heavy rain, Akanaya, with other members of the team, staff members, and we write to CRS and agree for support this work. Who would have known, say before we were able to bring the machine, the heavy rain go come back. It come and Boku property destroy. We tell God thank you, say life no go naya.
My name is Otufon. I don't live in this community now, so from 2001 now I'm 21 years. But with the woman there, I would suffer because all flood will take place. With the woman would suffer till to begin there. The water they disturb too much, but right now tell God thank you. Well, this machine don't come.
Because from yesterday we get the information. Say Freetown City Council don't send machines, especially the mayor. May God bless her and guide and protect his family. So we're glad for her and we're happy. Especially when we see the machine now. This morning, the machine they start for dig the gutter widely for make the water go up, pass free and go down.
So we're glad to say we're able for day now with CRS and financial support for make this work here go on. They don't begin yonder by the bridge, all the other on clear. then go keep on moving down all the way to Kanike. And with that, we all go get peace of mind. We go able to sleep when the next heavy rain come, knowing say this water level not go rise uncontrollably like how we do last week.
Is it a pride to be a teacher?
Oh yes, more than a pride, it is a passion to be a teacher. All that we need is better treatment. It is with love we build a nation. All that we need is better treatment. Ooh. A teacher is a nation builder who spends sleepless nights preparing his lesson. Transformation of education begins with the teacher. He does everything to meet up with changing times. They build doctors, pilots, engineers, and all great people. Oh no, with meager salary. We plead on the parents to stop negative intervention. Instead, assist them do their work. It is with love. It is with love. It is with love. We build a nation. All that we need is better treatment. It is with love. It is with love. Yeah. We build a nation. All that we need is better treatment.
I'm shedding my tears for a teacher.
I'm giving you knowledge, you slap me. I'm building your future, you kill me. Oh no, respect the teacher.
I'm shedding my tears as a teacher.
I'm giving you knowledge, you slap me. I'm building your future, you kill me. Oh why? Respect the teacher.
Teacher, we tapsila.
Teacher, will one you
teacher.
Teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will lonely Teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will one you Teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will lonely Teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will want me. Teacher, we tapsila. Teacher, will loan me.
My name is Miata Fombula. I'm an economist, and every day I fight to change the way our economy works. I've seen up close the power of Labour governments to change things and to do the impossible. When the global financial crisis hit in 2008, I was working in the strategy unit for Gordon Brown's Number 10. I saw that with focus and political will, our government could move mountains. And it was in those months that I first understood that the change my parents taught us was necessary might actually be possible. My parents came to London as refugees when I was 5 and became part of the Sierra Leone community here. They made impossible sacrifices to give my brothers and I the best start they could. I've been lucky, but for so many of the kids I grew up with, good kids from good families who were as likely to go to university as prison, the system let them down. My parents made sure we knew that this system that holds people down is wrong, that it deprives our communities of hope and ambition, and that we had a duty to change it. But I also grew up seeing the value of solidarity. When things got tough, people in our community banded together and helped each other out. And that's why I'm Labour. Because we know that it's not okay for just a few to do all right. We have to help everyone rise. The NHS, the minimum wage, we have always been the party of big ideas to lift everyone up. And now we need to do it again. I've listened to people from across Camberwell and Peckham. They're worried about the cost of living, the lack of homes they can afford. They feel that our schools and hospitals are at breaking point. They want change. Harriet Harman blazed the trail for women. Standing on her shoulders, I want to be Camberwell and Peckham's next MP, the Labour, to make this change a reality and move mountains for this community. I've spent the last 5 years leading a charity that develops ideas that could transform our country. Free childcare for all, a living income so everyone can live well, a Green New Deal. Ideas I will always fight for because I know who I am fighting for. I'm fighting for the kids that don't get a shot, for the parents who are making impossible sacrifices, for the people who are struggling to get by, the people who are Camberwell and Peckham. I want to use my voice on the national stage as your voice, to make your fight my fight, so that together we rise.
Love, joy, on another one. You know me cocoa butter, oh. Nobody love will change up. You don't reconcile me out, I'm not able to refuse them. I love you, now only that's good, they real love. Now you know me gold and me diamond. Now only you are go give everything, no. Me equal to zero without you. Now me don't be your hero. Life is sweet, oh, when you there with the right person, yeah. No more messy around you. Me to you, not to two is to one. Now wrong equation be that you, I don't feel fever, me heart's on the pull fire. Doctor say but bona for take a easy with love you. Me love it on the catch a fire, baby. Me love it on the catch a fire. 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 Come and solve them. Me love it on the catch a fire.
Yes, doc. No, not with tablets. Yeah, just touch me here.
Me love it on the catch a fire. 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 Come and solve them. Me love it on the catch a fire. You know me cocoa butter, oh. Nobody love will change them. You don't reconcile me out, I'm not able to refuse them. I love you, now only that's good, they real love. Now you know me gold and me diamond. Now only you are go give everything, no. Me equal to zero without you. Now me don't be your hero. Nowadays, oh, true love no easy forget you. So when you get them, never will love it to one. He say make I take a serum, I know want. He say make I take tablets, I know want. He say make I put cool, I know want. When I love you, I want you. Yeah. it on the catch a fire. Me love 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 it on the catch a fire. Come and solve them. Me love it on the catch a fire. You know me cocoa butter, oh. Nobody know will change them. You don't reconcile me out. I'm not able to refuse them. I love you now. Only that's good, the real love. Now you know me good and me diamond. Now only you I go give everything, no. Me equal to zero without you. Now me don't be you hero. Hey doctor, hey. Me love you, baby, oh. Hey, hey,
Yes, Doc.
me love you, baby.
Yeah? Just touch me here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling it. Oh, Doc. Yeah. Yeah, my Doc. Oh, no, stop. Not like this.
Sukam, 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 Sukam.
21 and 22, the place is up now for me and you. We dey get some nice something for you. Just pay for a room and a table too. Yeah.
Where the party at?
Free money, quick and easy.
Sukam, 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 Sukam.
21 and 22, the place is up now for me and you. We dey get some nice something for you. Just pay for a room and a table too. Yeah.
Where the party at?
Free money, quick and easy.
Live. Hi, and welcome to Sierra Leone Media Live on YouTube and Facebook. I want to say welcome to now once more, and I hope so. And I get a very good weekend we just passed. And today is another Wednesday, and we're going to bring you guys almost everything really happened in our salon and within the salon community in the diasporas. Me today, now the wheel for patch, half and half, how to go inside the Republic. Now, my name T-Boy. I know you know me for beaucoup different name, but the name what I carry today. Now, anyway, the person you can call me name for the program, it come. Well, I want to say welcome to Una, and I hope so. I get a very good day today. It's Wednesday, and I believe too they come approach the end of the week. This is not the time where everybody they get themselves busy. They plan what's in they do for the weekend. If you never don't get any plans, but it looks like the next couple of weeks will be a very busy week for we, and also for so many people in really around. We've lost so many people over the past couple of days, weeks, and months, and they born so many picking and mark down born within the past couple of days, weeks, and months. We come. Well, I want to say today's program is going to be something of different kind of concept for the Green Cantona. I know say we're not used to the marathon program, but I doubt if today's program is going to be a marathon. It's not say for the past couple of weeks, I mean, it's tried very hard for make the program short, even though Femi decided to talk too much. And the one-man show hasn't been great because they run out of breath at some point, and sometimes they bring Femi in if I want to take a couple of breaks. Well, it hasn't been that challenging, but it hasn't been smooth either. But at the same time, I beyond say you need to take position as Salon and you release them back again after a couple of days. We don't enjoy the luxury of being in charge. But in my case, it's different. Some power, you look campaigns, you know, it's about him, I know what. But I want your leadership, you know, they turn down your life. And that leadership, they will reach to you. You get for a whole farm, you execute them well, and you make sure you deliver. But this is a very good test of times because at the end of the day, if one part we go free turn, then go Kegona Benghazi, at least we get 2 people go for it. If 2 people go free turn, one go Benghazi, then one go Pademagon, at least you get 1 man video of it. Well, if we 3 end up now in Benghazi, then we do the best show of the century. Benghazi for all. I hope you understand what I mean. Femi go in Pademagon that they correspond with Femi. Then me go in Benghazi where they now who feels. Then, of course, Juma go outside for career. That will be an interesting program right from the heart of Freetown. I'm calling from Benghazi. Hello, VS, how you doing? It's not T-Boy. I didn't know Benghazi Brookfields, but guess what? I might be in Benghazi Brookfields anytime soon because I'm making my way to Freetown within the next couple of days. Now, we register, we nobody need to register. You know what's registered, Andy? The registration will get the registration itself. So who would go register? Because then we privilege. We work on the diaspora. We're on the big guns that we register last. So I'll be making my way to Freetown. Juma don't go register, don't come back anyway. So the tension, all of we're not the Juma don't come. We've been telling us, oh, they talk out the door. We're not make my magic. And we talk out the door. Juma has gone to register and he fly back Golunge. He passed through the airport, then see him passport, he wave him. But not to that green book. You know, so the book, they all get different values. So when you flash the right book, then they make like was not see you. So now the book now you flash. They're not even what I'm hoping us. No problem. You're fine, you're good, you're safe, don't worry. So basically, he's back on the turf. Welcome to the man. We don't go perform all the duties in at the UN. You don't deliver all the things we ask him for go deliver. You don't get consultation with the big guns of the Salon government. You also not. You are not afraid. Nothing happen. It's not cool running. You remember that film Cool Running? The bobsleigh way, Jamaica, them go do Pada Winter Olympics. Canada. Cool running. That's what we're doing right now. We the run down. Don't claim the tough, now they're going down the tough. But anyway, welcome to the show. And I'll go on for make you say hello to the viewers and give them a short breakdown of your journey to the UN because we still be wait for make you can give you some kind of breakdown of how you spend your per diem. Everybody's been waiting and asking for that. And also, we'll wait for make you tell you exactly how you pass na Lunge. But before I bring you come, let cannot be selfish, man. And me and Femi don't want this program for the past 3-4 weeks. Let Femi look and say this no but you get bad at boy. See when Juma don't come now. You don't push me aside. But guess what? Juma not there so still and I joke that a joke. Over to you, Femi. Say hello to viewers and tell them exactly what you think about the program they were running for the past couple of weeks. And whose side they go today. Now we Republic. Benghazi on the sloop.
family una outdo una kushe una carbo. Una no listen to T-Boy. T-Boy want make we all go na I'm not going to call him Benghazi. This is Alpha Yaya and I want send we go soon. But yeah, so I don't know. T-Boy Ingo de Benghazi, me I not go de Pademba Road. If I de Pademba Road, I the other parts of Pademba Road, and I go de near Kotinski. Actually, no, I know everyone didn't know we near Pademba Road. But yeah, so yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us. Without Una, we no go deny so. Every week, the Mboboya, so especially now when in T-Boy, then they talk. People and they complain and they say T-Boy they talk too much, but Usai, Una say Una they try. Una they listen to and I make it talk about. But it's good. I went out the weekend and I meet up a few more of we fans them, and then tell we plenty I'll do and thank you for what they do. I mean, when it happens, sometimes I'm actually shy. You know, I can't say, hey, boom. You know, but it's great to know that what they do, some people appreciate them. Not all man know, because some man still listen with threatening message them. They tell you about how they get for pass we, how they get for do with this. We get local day na the diaspora, we not in at all. You know, so they get all the message and then something they do not to get for the watch over our shoulders. But they feel the love from a lot of people, and so we want to thank you guys. Thank you for all what they do for we, because as I say, without Una, we no go deny. Una don't so love we say we win award 2 weeks ago. And Panda award they send we threatening message them back. As the award come also, wait till I post it, some man and begin send all kind dagger. Say Una we'll get for kitchen Una wait. But as I say, you know, thank you for the way they follow we, and I will pass them back on to T-Boy. We'll get an interesting show for Una today. So Una share to Una friends them. Una get information can hear waiting T-Boy for today.
Thank you very much, Femi, for that wise words. As usual, you always calm people and have them down, even though we're in a very tense situation. Well, never mind. That's how they go inside the Republic. I want to introduce you now. So the man himself back on duty, back from performing one of the best duties then so far we don't get him forget execute, and he execute them well. But let me give you the rundown of his journey to Freetown, waiting the registration the town leg. Now that he's back on the top where he always has his confidence and belief, and he believes, and I know you can the happen inside it right now. Over to you. And say hello to the long waiting viewers, then maybe they wait for you. Then people say them more than we all in a Freetown. Even though they talk, say, Juma no they come, they be visiting our fake, we be fake, they know you but no one talk about. But you, all the boss even in the whole it's all secret. Over to the man himself.
Hello, Fambulem. Ona, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome again to another edition of How They Go Inside the Republic on Sierra Media. Usai, we believe, say this platform, now the people's platform, African stories told by Africans. Siana open field, you know, where then people lay up on computer business, they say open source, right? Open source codes them. You're free for use them as long as you use them for the right reasons. That's what Sierra Media is for. It's for every and anybody. You know, if you want to come here, just tell us. We'll discuss if it's within, you know, worth for discuss. Definitely we'll make time for getting our platform. Whether you did for or against, even if you can criticize me, you are more than welcome. So I miss you now all for the past weeks, you know, and I want to say thank you so much to my colleagues, them T-Boy and Femi. Put double hook on there because enough for you where you did check the chats. Then you they talk at the same time, you they operate the technical side, then you they talk at the same time. It's no fun, especially for keep the program interesting, keep them on, you know, keep the context going, you know, you not lose your trend, you make sure you stay focused. It is no fun. So I want to say thank you so much to them. And that is why Sierra Media is unique, because we get people with different skills and skill sets. But the big thing is, you know, we heart the power what they do. That's the most important thing, nothing else. So I truly appreciate them. And family, boy, there are certain things we I know we'll talk about. I won't say thing that they left so no more now. Because if we can't talk now how things happen, how it pass, then come on. We have to run this what you call them, their operations here. So we get for they run them multiple times in different ways there.
On daybreak? Operation Daybreak or Operation what?
This now Operation Go Register. Yes, by hook or by crook. Operation Vote in 2023. You want some, you know want some. We don't register and we go vote. By God in your own power. So, I'm happy to be here again. Over to you, Tibo.
Well, thank you very much, Juma, for those wise words. As usual, again, you don't pilot these particular flights for the past couple of years. And I believe, I'm quite happy to hand over the baton back to you for tonight's program, except if you have any other duties coming up anytime soon, we'll be able to possibly announce now the program, but no, not yet. We'll keep our first on the low as we get things to unravel. That's how we'll make our gains, and that's how we proceed in whatever we're doing. I'd also say there are so many people out there who are looking forward to what we're going to be saying every other Wednesday or every other week. So definitely we'll go out of our way and make it possible for me to not lose out any of the week they really come forward. Election months, election year is coming, and I think there's a lot that is going to happen within the next couple of months, approaching the end of the year. Then, beginning of 2023, we are going to be fully engaged in almost all the discussions that we get for the happen within the diaspora and also within Sierra Leone. There are so many emerging new things happening that are still not yet in the public domain, but we'll find a way how we bring those items to you so that we will understand exactly what's going to happen and how politics get for play come 2023. Possibly, we might be in Freetown, and when we are in Freetown, you know what we'll do when we get there. We'll be doing live broadcasts every other day so that you can get the full updates of what's happening in Freetown. By then, possibly, everybody should be protected at that particular point in time. So, to be in the position of thinking what to do, what not to do, will be possibly something that we'll have to think about only after the election. But I'll go hand over back to you, Juma, officially, and welcome to the program once more for taking over. And tell viewers them today what thing we get and what thing we do, and I will follow your lead, and I will be alongside you for the program. Over to you, Juma.
Awesome. Thank you so much, T-Boy, and thank you for reiterating that Sierra Media is going to be very, very busy, exciting programs and activities then get for the happen. So we want to encourage every one of the viewers them for subscribe so you will get notification both on YouTube and Facebook at least once we come on. Because there are times that we get for the good program the middle network. Because things are happening and breaking news then get for the happen now. So get for the put some how they can call, how they full they call and kick reads then I also get for the happen. When I exclusive kick reads they get for the happen. And some of them in the middle net the happen. We've done it before. We 1-2 o'clock in the morning, now they begin broadcast. We'll be doing our usual one. We will just go on the Sierra Media Facebook live, depending on who side we there. And like how T-Boy say, we get for they do how they go inside Benghazi.
Sure.
Inside Benghazi. How they go inside Benghazi. We broadcast live. So, when I just subscribe.
So tell what talking people like this not joke, eh?
Well, they don't understand.
Just
so yeah, so look out for that. How they go inside Benghazi. We get for begin interview people there where they already and keep this or Monday and Bab all team. We get for the interview there live. So now for subscribe, it's gonna be happening soon. You wonder how it's happening? No, not legal way, not so illegal way. They take permission, and then they give their phone number there. They do video calls with them. Everything when I get for this scene also. So keep tight, just subscribe. And before we start today's program, I just want to let you know, say tomorrow we have a program as well. Like I say, Sierra Media is a platform for everyone and we discuss everything. We held show Tomorrow we will discuss, and I know say this is breast cancer month, so there's going to be a show on health, particularly talking about breast, and we'll get guests then also we will can tell now, because we all know say if we sit down they talk, now we get well body first. So well body, now gentle. Make sure say you follow the program tomorrow. Learn something for you, for your wife, for your mama, for your sister, for you picking them, and for your community. So join us tomorrow to discuss the health show. Okay. For today's program, family, we know some of the issues them already. These are issues that have been talked about on Facebook, on different social media platforms. But we want for a stay in the CRGM media style, because there are certain things we can happen. We can give a little bit of time, so at least we're able to understand things that will happen around them. We listen the conversations that we do, the for and against. So at least we put things into perspective. So for today's program, we highlight 3 topics we want to talk about. Firstly, the invitation, if now aware, a renowned lawyer, Ady Macauley, when the former anti-corruption commissioner for Sierra Leone under the last APC government of former President Goma, they be invited a CID, Lockham, but later on release him on bail. So we can discuss the topic around that, and what will they discuss around that now? Justice, rule of law, and issues we get for do with policing. So now around that we discuss how the arrests happen, what cause the arrest. Do we think it's the right thing to do? They release them, and so on and so forth. And the impact as well, or the implication for the country, not to just government, but for the country where such things they happen. The other part of the conversation, hopefully, again for do with the police. Okay, the recent police arrest of 180 alleged foreign mercenaries. Because we say that, because there's an official document, we highlight that. So we use that as the tagline for this, but we'll discuss the issue around that as well. And the third one, it gets something for do with the police as well. The cocaine issue now West Africa, particularly in neighboring countries, and more so in Sierra Leone. And one for discuss the implications. So we country, we society, we youth them, as well as how other countries then they see Sierra Leone. So these are the topic we get for the issues that we get for discuss today. Tibor, you want to add anything there, before we start?
I'm not saying a lot more of what we get for based around security and the police force, and also a few more other things. But say we can start discussions, then we can always dig into other areas. Then we will talk about it without concern. The interesting thing that happened, I think it was yesterday, was so shocking. Now in education, I just have to share these thoughts, because where I get the information, I laugh about it, but it's very serious. I have a friend, somebody maybe they take exams, IT exam. Listen, Juma, they take IT exams. What's in the most?
Now in a salon?
A free tongue, not a salon, a free tongue.
Okay, free tongue.
They take IT exam. What's in the most important thing where you forget when you take IT exam? Paramount, very important. You can't do IT without that particular
your computer, your laptop,
or electricity.
Or what? Yeah.
Why you laugh? You don't know the talk about talk now. Yeah?
Because that one day I'm not even expecting for me negotiation for, so right. Yeah, so that not even kind of in mind. Anyway, carry on. I forget saying a free tongue with the tongue, but yeah.
Imagine we did an exam on IT. Basically, we're working and we're not saving, right? Because you tick the box, lights and move forward to the next. So any click where you click it, they take you to the next question, to the next question. Then lights in the middle of the exam, guess what happened?
Lights don't come.
Blackout. So when this person tell me, say, the neighbor sit in the middle of the exam, then lights go. So everybody freeze. What's going to happen? So I don't know, serve me work. I don't know whose question I go to the next. I don't know whether if we come back when lights come on, I'll be able to go back Usai Abinde, or I start all over again. So to me, now the most important thing and the way they make you continue for do the IT exam if lights there. So when lights go, how you able to continue? So you got to wait for like over half an hour before they put the generator on and then continue the exam. But what you don't know, how they continue the exam? Because if not IT exam, basically, if you don't go halfway into them and you get stuff the way you don't supposed for save, where you not save, and you're not really supposed for the save on a regular basis, except otherwise, and then how you continue, or whose side you continue from, or what's going to be the impact of the results of that particular exam day. Then they grade you halfway down the exam from whose side lights come back, or then they grade you halfway whose side the lights go. So that was a bit confusing. I just want to share that thoughts. Then I must say the most important thing they would take for granted. Like, why I ask you, so what's in the most important thing you need if you take an IT exam? You mention laptop or computer, but you forget to understand, say, the lights is very important, because most time, not so on laptop when they take exam, there are computers connected to the wall with power, with electricity. So if light not there, then it means practically you won't be able to take that exam. That's now one thing what we just want to share no more with the audience then. But on the program that we get today, topic of discussion, I think the most important thing we are always don't raise concern about on the shows, now the judiciary system in Sierra Leone, how broken it is. And my trust for lawyers, them just don't reaffirm them for say yes. We can't trust them because they cannot trust the system themselves. So how can we trust them as legal practitioners? So that has been my concern for the past couple of years in Sierra Leone. And I believe, say, the two people that they make Salon Day the way they so today are the judiciary and the police force. But when we begin to talk about that, I'll be able to elaborate on them a bit more. Of course, the other areas, of course, so very much concerning, because when you look at the drug issues and then the suspected 180 or whatever the amounts of people, and they say they arrest for security or under security concerns, I don't think that should raise any concern to me, because there are no legalities behind the arrest. There is no evidence to back up the statement from the police force and the military. Then we go and try for arresting people also. And the purpose of arrest, where were they arrested and where were they taken? So these are all questions that we need to ask, but I don't think we have answers for all those questions, because everything is being swept under the carpet like it never happened. But I know for sure the existence of those people, why they end up in Sierra Leone. But we'll continue to discuss that as we go along. So over to you back again.
Thank you so much, T-Boy. And your initial point about, electricity, Sierra Leone, they struggle, and they miss out on a lot of opportunities because of the lack of, electricity or, sustainable of reliable, let's say reliable electricity or power supply in the country. And that's a big issue. It limit the country in progress, and I hope the one that we concern go left for play lip service to the issues and to the problem with electricity, and confirm say it's a serious problem and try to find a way for deal with it. Yeah, we know for say, Sierra Leone gets a lot of issues, but the kind of investment that would only really go into electricity, even if it's one catchment area, say even inside Freetown. No, say if you say no more at the western area first, the western part of Freetown, I no more gets sustainable, electricity supply. Then you say one side we get, it go boast off, then you go member for develop other side. But if you scatter you said they're not able to handle everything and play lip service or politics around them, then the country and they lose out. That's all I'll say on that issue today. So on the topic, T-Boy don't talk about the big one. So let's start with the Ady Macauley situation. We all hear, that a lawyer, a renowned lawyer, Ady Macauley, was, went to this criminal investigation department, CID, according to which we hear, he say, na involuntarily go there for go answer to questions them way the police then call him for. So he went lawyers, and then later which we hear that he was detained. He was detained. And the reason surrounding which we hear out there and waiting the police self-confirm now that Ady Macauley made a statement during a TV program when there be a panel discussion in July, we then say that program the statement that we Ady Macauley make incite the August 8, 9, and 10 demonstration. T-Boy.
I listened to the statement. I watched the video, the interview at AYV, and I think Ady Macauley been the talk with assurance, and they talk with conviction, it made they talk with assertion, meaning everything that he was saying on that particular evening at the AYV was quoted directly from the Constitution of Sierra Leone. It wasn't his words. The only thing he did was, I will back anybody. I will back anybody where then go all warrants for this particular clause where then the Constitution say na in rights, because it is already been written there. Not to him make them, not to anybody make them. We have learned people who give that duty, they say, when I rewrite the Constitution and then endorse that particular statement, they say, it is your legal right for hold a protest that is not violent, as long as you meet the terms and conditions where now a protest for an agenda of something where you believe in, and it is your right to do so. In just confirm no more say, if anybody falls short of that particular constitution right, he will defend that person there.
And he's a lawyer. We don't provide pro bono service for lots of people in the whole. For the past 4 years, he's been in and out of courts, right? Defending people here and there. So it was. I don't think it was any different. Him saying that I will provide legal services for anybody with their own for the purpose of protesting. So what I don't understand, how does that turn to incitement? Well, insightful. How would you, a professional, first let's try to understand. He's a professional, he's a lawyer, and he was on this program with other lawyers, okay? Where then give different opinion, legal opinion. So is it okay to arrest someone for giving out a legal opinion?
Yes, it is okay, because that is exactly what the government exercise. So it is okay. But
is it okay, or so anything the government did is okay? Is that what you're saying?
That's what they're saying. It is okay.
No, what you they say?
My concern has always been nothing is okay to arrest somebody for expressing their opinion that is not going to cause anybody else's harm. That is the person's right. Forget about.
But the government, they say the statement was inciting statement.
Okay, incites to what? Incites people and for continue for go protest. Incite people and for say if you go protest, I will defend you. Incite people and for go do what in? Because when you incite somebody now something where the person they go do, be it good or bad, yeah. But as far as I'm concerned, the statement was quoted. So that means the Constitution they incite you for go do that, eh? Is that what it is? Because if it is something that comes straight from the Constitution, now like a read text where you can just extract, that means the Constitution itself is telling us to go.
It's inciting people.
It's inciting people. So if you accuse the Constitution for incite people, who would you hold responsible? Who are you to go arrest? Like the people that read the Constitution, they go arrest? Because that means you for arrest them all. Because they are indirectly inciting people to go and protest, because that is what they have written in the Constitution. So
right. Let me hear Femi on this one as well. And I come back to you. Interesting point that you don't highlight. So if waiting the inside the Constitution are in the inside people. Femi, let me hear you.
That's my question.
Interesting.
Well, Juma, T-boy, breaking the laws of Sierra Leone are one thing. I believe say the Olam because then things say he break the laws of Sierra Leone. But outside true day for talk, now then break the law of Sierra Leone. Because our constitution clearly says that then people also get the right for come out and protest. And the authorities them or the administration try for stop this. So if anybody they break the law, supposed for be the people that they set law and we supposed for guard the law, it's Alex that then break the law rather than lawyer Ady Macauley. I mean it was ridiculous, but I'm glad we went not to Friday the Ulam. Because in Sina Salon, if you see they ask you for go report on a Friday, no say now one weekend it is spending. I don't know how to that be.
Right. So interesting. So he did not say anything within the Constitution, no say. He just explained them in layman terms, I think, and it's time for explain the Public Order Act as well, where they talk about say you forgo take permission for host a protest. And he came and say the video we'll see, the short video we'll see, that no, you don't need to inform or take permission or wait for authorization from the police for host a protest. You can, if you're doing a procession, that means you get people who are the common now, the waka go so side, that you can tell the police for a lot of reasons. Because one, you go disturb traffic, you go, ambog other people, so police them for protect you, let other people not come in between una, and also for let yourself now ambog people. You able for define, the routes where you the work out for go from whose points to whose point to sound they go get down now almost all of those things. We've all been part of processions. We don't be part of that. We don't march a lot of things. We don't organize events in a salon. I have been to, I don't project manage an event wherein I not just get for go to police. I had to go to the police, get permission, and also go pay for get security. I get for go to Red Cross, get Red Crossers for come for provide first aid, and go to Fire Force for get fire engine them for come na the event, because those are the rules if you're organizing an event at the National Stadium. All that enough for health and safety issues. So you need all of that. That's for procession. But protest come in different forms. So it's a protest. Sit at home is a protest. You understand? All mic and talk na protest. If you decide for march, you want to notify the police, whether again, let me ask this question, T-Boy. The police can only protect you where you ask permission from them, or it is their duty to? You're muted, T-Boy. Can hear you.
I think the salon laws no states say police can only protect you at certain given points in time. No, police duty is to protect the lives and property of Sierra Leone at any given point in time. Morning, sunset, next evening, doubling, anytime. As long as the police can be accessed, you have to use them as a means of protection. As long as the police can access you or can reach out to you, they should be able to protect you at any given point in time. So it not specifically state when and how the police will protect in the interest of civilian. Because even if you defect police, it's still for protect you first, for before it begins say it use excessive force against you. The mandates of the police now for safe and secure. So even if you attack him, you attack policeman, in first duty now for protect you first, because you might be harming him, but his duty is not to kill you, is to disarm you and keep you safe. So I don't understand why you get for be specific of how you protect civilians or how you protect them property them at what given point in time you're supposed to do so. Because I don't know whether that's what the Constitution says, but I don't think so. As far as the Constitution is concerned, the police force is there to uphold the law and protect the lives and property of every civilian, regardless of your race, background.
And the reason Maker asked that there are instances that were there for being come later on way related to other things, but can they? But for this specific issue, I just want to dig a little bit. So you call Ady Macauley for questioning, say, Insai, based on the program where then call and for go participate on, right?
Yeah.
This is a national discussion. You get somebody at within a parliament, another lawyer, then you get a civil society person where instead being a lawyer, then you get Ady Macauley when I practicing a seasoned lawyer and also lean to the opposition. But you decided to arrest one person. Because if it's a discussion, a panel discussion, are you going to arrest Ady Macauley or you arrest the people that hosted the program?
But I think
because now they get a platform, right?
Well, 1 second. I just want to go down there. What we've been criticized for over the past couple of years is the fact that we should not give certain people platforms on our platform. So that means we became public enemy number one for a few of those reasons. One, because we ask government, with the old government responsible, we question government in terms of all the activities there, and also we encourage people that we know supposed to encourage our platform. So, of course, you're right. If then they arrest Ady Macauley for go and make a report now, CID, it means the host, the other participant who will be in the program, including Ady Macauley, and possibly the owner of the station, should also go back to the police station and answer certain questions. Why did you raise this program? Why did you use this guest? Why did you discuss this? Now all they collaborate and incite people and for go commit XYZ, because now on a platform they use and you guys are in Sierra Leone and you should be held responsible. If that's the case, that means there has been a lot of discrimination against some of us and the others. Because when I say some of us, I'm talking directly to us. We will get access to media platforms all over the country or all over the world, and some of the activities they want to do, then they call them incitements. Because we've been here several times, people that say, oh no, all they encourage can't go blah 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 blah. But what's wrong with the platform where Ady Macauley been there? Why are they going to be segregated from those who should go to the CID and answer questions because of the statements where Ady Macauley make now AYV? But if he make the statement now AYV and when I call the statement an incitement to whatever it is, that means the statement was an extract of the Constitution. So the one that regard the Constitution have also look for and arrest them because some of them still there alive. The platform
because they design the program and then design the topic and invite guests that when they go speak to the issue.
Yeah. So
if you decide to arrest one of the guests for making for giving a professional opinion, why not arrest the one that we design the program? Yes, Femi.
So Juma, it's it was a national issue. Yeah. Okay. Now something where the whole of the city, the whole of a few cities around the country, be not come at a standstill. There was things happening. Police were on the streets, soldiers were on the street, the people on the streets. Now be a national issue with national television being supposed for cover. So national television they cover them and then bring in experts them we can talk on the topic. So it should there should be no crime committed. The Ady Macauley was there to give his views as a lawyer and explain to the layman them waiting the constitution say we serve where we deny so we can get certain shows them we go find lawyer them for calm because certain things and they will not go able for explain them the way lawyer go able to explain them. If we talk about constitution wetin mean about constitution now wetin are they able for read and try for interpret but somebody will study that day could be a better guest for can sit down and diagnose all the problem they would don't get with the wetin we don't write in a paper or wetin we forefathers and don't write for guide the country in laws. So personally, I don't think say Ady Macauley was guilty of anything. I think say now because obviously he leaned towards the opposition and then no make, especially because the Western world were listening to some of them program there, so them want control the airwaves and control within the come out to the Western world. We know certain journalists we know certain programs were biased and they lean towards the government's agenda, which is fine. All man forgets Insai link, but that don't mean to say we for be enemies. That don't mean to say we for break law because we want to silence somebody, but we don't begin seeing that that's the happen now we country. It's now turned into a police state. People like me too where they talk on social media are becoming persona non grata in our country. They will them born we friends that will be get strade are now not our friends anymore because we talk certain things them. And it's ridiculous. We're not breaking the law. We're not inciting anybody. We're not saying anything but the truth. And the truth seemed for the hurt certain people them. And Ady Macauley sit down at that stage there and he said the truth, and the truth 9K and go na jail. Most knows kind country we will get now.
So when thank you, Femi, and where they look at the issue, they put different scenarios then for let we try to understand where will they stop? Because these are professionals, okay? And also, if, let's say, how is this different? That particular program, the way they invite them for questioning and go detain them, how is it different from the courtroom? Because in the courtroom, you have a prosecutor and a defense lawyer. So would you arrest the defense lawyer for defending someone who the state, don't accuse, say he killed? Because this is what it is, right? Because you interpret the law.
That's
you therefore give different legal opinion. What the lawyers do, waiting and they argue that your legal opinion, then they get somebody where they sit down say, a referee. That's what it is. So, and that panel there, you get different views, different lawyers. Now be lawyers them all. Lawyers sitting there discussing, giving different views. So what is different from the courtroom?
I think what you're saying now is so if there is a treason case against anybody in a salon, nobody.
Yeah. Not for defender. Well, that's possibly what it seemed like. You should not say anything that go against within the government think. Is that what it is?
Because I haven't been able to see any accused criminal that has caused any, or we don't do any crime, we go against government, we don't hear cause hearing for. Have you had any?
Well, until I know they don't be, but no.
Because what you say so, it means you cannot represent anybody that is against the government. That's pretty much what you're saying. Because me personally, I don't ask more than a handful of lawyers. Some of them are my friends, some of them are not. People that I know personally that are lawyers, I've asked them, if I go free time right now, you go able to defend me if anything happens. And they outright.
Then you've been asking that question, yeah.
Yeah. And they actually say, no, they can't. And it's worrying, very, very much worrying, for make you they talk to a lawyer that's practicing Sierra Leone, and they tell you blatantly, say, I cannot defend you right now. And enroll now for defend me if I need his service as a defense lawyer, regardless the nature of the case. It might be anything. But I'll not be specific to any kind of crime, which sometimes I go say I'll commit to anything. Just for the fact that, will you be able to defend me in Sierra Leone if I get any kind of legal issue? And he outrightly said to me, no, that's okay, the worst situation. If I got arrested in Freetown unlawfully, will you be able to defend me? He says, no. I'm like, why? He said, you got for the Naparema if I in the Kegu for a couple of weeks first before I even tender an application for make them say, okay, I represent you. I'm like, wow, really? That is fact, Juma. There is also no question. That is a fact. Bing, 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 bing. So, for proof that fact, that exactly the incident we happened a couple of days ago with Ady Macauley. That's not just the facts where they don't prove to me physically. Say yes, no lawyer in a salon not able to defend you. Because you're going to go to the non-protocol procedures then, where you're not supposed to take. Because one, how will you arrest and detain a lawyer for just making a defensive statement quoted from the Constitution, and you use that for detaining because you say it incites people and we take part in the riots for August 10? Okay, what's going to be the best of your ability now for send somebody for go ask this man questions? Say, we need for ask a couple of questions in regards to an incident that happened a couple of days ago. And not to say the incident where they go arrest him for now 1 week ago, or now 2 weeks ago,
now months,
or now 3 weeks ago. So it's been calculated to say, so now we're not ready for you now.
Right, because that's going to be my next question. Okay. The question is this. Ady Macauley, they hosted this program in July, I think, right? Was it in July, somewhere in July, early part of July or late part of June, somewhere there. So he was arrested for inciting the August 10 protest. But as far as you are aware, how long ago, how many months the announcement about August 8, 9, and 10 protests been undergone before that program? That has been an announcement, I think, for over 3 months. I don't know if you are aware of that people have been calling. Come and say, maybe you ask people, they say, hey, August 8, 9, and 10. I see what's in the happen August 8, 9, and 10. I didn't even know how August 8, 9, and 10 will come just now. We know with the wait. You ask him what is happening August 8, 9, and 10. I'm not being able to understand. So, T-Boy, if Ady Macauley, if people let me don't they announce before that, because this is the they ask, this program, as Femi rightly stated, for discuss something we don't become a national issue and a national concern, because that is why the the TV network decide for bring this program come for discuss. I did not just volunteer himself can talk say una go protest. And remember, there was a protest before August 8, 9, and 10. That was people were arrested. Yeah. Where Femi Claudius Cole. Yeah. So this is what I'm asking. So why would you arrest him for August 8, or hold him responsible, say incite August 8, 9, and 10, where this conversation about protest, other people let me don't they call about this protest? Why not go and arrest the people let me don't they call for protest before this conversation?
Yeah, but Juma, honestly, I don't understand why you asked that question, because
no, I ask because I want to follow we. Well, I let you know understand or follow understand. I make where they ask the question.
Because I never understand. At the end of the day, arrest people.
My point is there were calls for protest before the Ady Macauley program.
Yeah.
Okay. and there was an actual protest before the August 8, 9, and 10 protests. So why you go hold Ady Macauley for protest? Because you hold people that bear the greatest responsibility for things like that, right? You are well organized. He was not seen at the protest site. You don't have anything to show that he actually coordinated or whatever. You're holding him for a professional opinion where he give.
So what do you want to say? Because I don't understand.
Well, anything you want to say.
Because as far as me concerned, the arrest was not lawful. It's unlawful. That's one. And how can you arrest somebody unlawfully who is supposed to be defending himself as a lawyer or defend other people as a lawyer? And you know for sure everything that he was saying. So I don't know who is fooling who, or I don't know who that's stupid among the best of the rest. Because one, the police officer will then send this letter for say we they invite, or we make the phone call say we they invite Ady Macauley to CID. Then me tell them why they say make it call Ady Macauley for come report na CID. Then me tell them the reason why. Because you only have to be a fool when you understand what in the Constitution of Salon say, or when you even know what in your duties of you role in the police force, for make you pick up the phone and say, okay, we can't issue a warrant for like you call Ady Macauley for making report na CID because of in statement where you make na AYV na incitement statement. If you really clued up, you go ask you, boss, say, but boss, why? That statement is not going to ask him for do it. Ady Macauley in report at the police station. Boss, you've for possibly ask 3 questions. Okay, why don't we invite him? And when you invite him, also we can ask him, he can report on what? Except if superiors are not liaising before making all those phone calls. Because it means the superiors that we have within the police force have the same mindset and same mentality, and I will say they're all just dumb because they're not reading the Constitution. Some of them don't even know what in the Constitution look like still. Because again, if you go to the police force, you read not the whole Constitution, but exactly the thing that will govern you as a police officer in Sierra Leone. There is constitutional right where they put now the Constitution will cover the police force, their duties, how them for execute them. I bet you, Juma, you know each one in 1,000 police we don't read Dandy.
Police not don't go arrest me. Why can be in a salon? Not to talk. The policeman say if I say we meet triangle, that's what that triangle. You know it's in a triangle. I say no, you know it's in a triangle. I say who's part what not the traffic rule we say traffic. Oh, you know listen 98.1. Okay. So say for me 98.1. I'm like, I don't listen to radio, I don't listen to music when I'm driving. I'm that boring. You know that. Then the man go ask me, say, if me not listen to 19, but I ask, I say, now whose traffic code where he quotes me about triangle? I'm like, what is triangle in the first place?
Okay, so if you determine that it means definitely 99.9% of the police.
How many times you don't know they say Juba left?
Well, this are the concern we get. You see,
yeah.
These are the people who are supposed to protect we interest and property and lives in Sierra Leone. But if we talk about them in this kind of way, are we really serious for say we ready for make any kind of change that's along within the next couple of years or 10 years or 20 years to come? Where we still get majority of the police force we possibly don't even have access or have never seen the Sierra Leone Constitution or what it look like, because they even in superior self, they even tell them nothing but what's in the Constitution say that the rules and regulations of the police force and how they for executing duties. Because I would love to know exactly what in the law say about
what can they use arrest. Yeah.
Because
so we invite person who that they give how the what you call them they come who that they give the order how the order they come now from outside they come out.
Exactly. Because
and what do they use for measure incitement within qualify? Because this part of the world you want to say there are police the way they go outside and do things the way they're not supposed to do, but they hold them accountable.
Yeah.
At least you they see. You understand me? Say, okay, now this we do. And if they insist them do something, they put them for, say, go on administrative duty for us whilst we investigate what happened. Does that happen in Sierra Leone? I don't think so. But my other point is this. So the Ady Macauley situation, with AYV, this is becoming a pattern. Remember, there were teachers that went on AYV to talk about the welfare of teachers. You understand? As the teacher come out Nado, he was arrested. But like Femi said earlier, then teachers, then they back, this was a national issue. The teacher then sit down home, government engage them, then they pan dialogue. But somebody decide for go talk to the populace for let them understand, say this not a problem. Oh. We want for now to understand how this issue is and talk to other teachers. But that teacher was arrested. So, is this...
Okay. No,
that make him fine.
No. You look one Bendy talk. Let take and stay. Because
I
go Tripoli right now. Me, I want to go Tripoli. Don't say where I go Libya.
Right.
You the Bendy talk. The question is AYV a platform for let people and go and get arrested when they talk about anything regarding government officials or government issues? Because it's been a pattern for, say, if you go to the AYV and you go talk anything against government or not in favor of government, then you'll be arrested. And many a times you just see the kind of provocative reactions them from either the panelists or the people already within that same program day on that particular day or that particular program day they want. You just see how I've seen few opposition members or people that when they support government on programs on AYV. You just feel the intimidation from everybody within the surrounding. You just feel them. You don't even have to see or be there yourself, but you feel the intimidation. You feel the questions being asked, the arrogancy of the question, the force behind the question, and the manipulation behind the question of dragging you into an area that will not be safe area for you. But when they deal with people in government, it's totally different. It's totally different. And I will say, when you represent an international media or national media and you claim to be a straightforward and unbiased media, the first thing you need to do first is to forward your questions to whoever you're going to bring on board on that platform so that they are aware of your discussion. And you can also let them understand that we might switch, we might go left or we might go right. We don't have control of that. They know that as well. But when you are forcefully dragging, we all know how media operates. We've seen international medias, how they drag people into areas that they want them to go to. So, but all I'm saying is either is a plan or orchestrated programs that they bring in on board so that people can get themselves locked up, and after that incident, to be honest to you, Juma, I spoke to a couple of lawyers, and none of them wants to come and talk about it. None of them. And it's facts. I am not going to be saying, oh, look, we make hypocrites and say, no. All the lawyers I talk to in a salon, they tell me point blank, say, T-boy, I can't do this right now. Why? Because they are scared. And even the one that we know this salon said, we will approach and say, let's come and discuss the legalities behind the arrest of Ady Macauley, because you also are practitioners, but there are also other practitioners in different capacity that might fall short of this particular incident. They said, no, they can't. And the reason why, because they have to go to Sierra Leone anytime soon. They get for go register, some don't go register, some don't come, some they get for go pay visit, then at Christmas they come. Everybody is scared. And I'm thinking, why? Why? No, come on, guess what? If we sit back and allow this sort of intimidation for happen to the people that we're supposed to protect, it means we don't have nothing to rely on anymore.
Right. Hold on, the lie, Femi. quick because something there I want for highlights. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Juma, T-Boy, I kind of have a different view to the statements where T-Boy, not actually say, but where they dance around.
Insinuate.
Yeah. I have a different opinion. I think, say, kudos to AYV. I think, say, the reason why sometimes we see some of these arrests are because AYV, they do a good job. Because, if they can say, we dog the back, lie or not the tongue round. You know the tongue round for watch dog with the back behind. And that's what I think it is. I think, say, if AYV was a small fish, then go left anybody for go, they go talk any kind of way they don't feel for talk. But because they know, say, AYV reaches certain places, now it make way certain individuals and go AYV, then it's try for muscle them for make them not talk. So that's my opinion. And I think, say, we self now so not blowing we own horns. I think, so we self get the same problem. There's a lot of people that really talk boku, and people turn a blind eye. But when we now we platform, encourage certain individuals or say certain things, we get a lot of criticism. It's because then it's right. The current state is trying to stop people from getting the information out. So if you get a platform where they reach, and we all know, say, AYV they reach. AYV, it's not a government station. I'm not saying they don't toe the line to government propaganda. No, I'm not here to defend them. But it's a private entity, and they don't do so well that possibly, arguably, they're the number one station in Sierra Leone at the moment. So I believe, say, the administration, they freed, say, made them do certain programs, and because it will reach, especially when now they don't get the online platform as well. So apart from the people in Atong with the Yeri, the international world hears as well. So I think that is the thing. Some of the arrests are for scared AYV as well, say, una no do certain program them because we'll arrest certain people we can on our platform, and by doing that, we go discredit on our platform, and people are going to begin freed for can on our platform. I think, see, that's part of the strategy we then get.
I think you have a point there. Again, but does AYV have a duty to protect their guests? That are one. Two, have they done a subsequent program since the arrest of Ady Macauley for discuss the Ady Macauley arrest to see whether it was just for arresting someone just by giving a legal opinion? I don't know. Go ahead. Yes, Femi.
Yeah, so Juma, so you're right there. Them for don't do a program for discuss and invite other guests, but you never know. Maybe they've tried. Just like how we say try, we try to get other lawyers them in. We reach out to a lot of people them, and I'm not gonna say most, all turn we down. You understand? So we don't know inside the boardroom what has been discussed, what has been planned, how it's been maybe sabotaged or not. I said I'm not here to defend them. I'm just putting ourselves in their position. Wait we don't try, we don't see. So sometimes we don't discuss this program because we think so we not get the right people and for cancer done at the program. But again, if they didn't have the right guests, they could have done it themselves. Then can make a statement. I'm not sure if they put out a statement. Even with that teacher being get a problem, I don't know if they put out a statement. So certain things and they will then for do better. But let we not can whip them because other person break the law. That's my thing. Because our administration is breaking the law and breaking our rights as citizens, we're not supposed to take down and flag an institution where they do their own job. Journalists should be allowed to practice in freedom. You know, politics not supposed for interfere with journalism. And we say journalism, we're not talking about print media, because Salon, that's literally, then they mean afraid print media back in the days. Journalism now extends to social media as well. So we governments that we get for big them, make them realize, say, especially the one we don't care abroad, we don't can study, we don't can rub shoulder with other people, them they ought to know better. They ought to know that we can't have a police state in a Salon. It's not good for we don't come on a war a few years ago. We get for take them. How will the police see people them? As Siboy said earlier, the police are supposed for today for protect we and guide we even against we safe. But at the moment what we they see, we know they see that we they see say the police, then they defend the state even when the state they in the wrong. That shouldn't be the case. Okay. The police are supposed to defend the people first and foremost.
Okay. Yes, over to you, T-Boy.
Now, I bring a few areas where I differ with what Femi said. I totally agree with him that yes, AYV is one of the best platforms in Sierra Leone able for propagating news. We go worldwide, especially when they don't get their online platform as well. But my concern,
not just online, but then get what do you call it? Then get a channel on how you call that in
on
Africa. DSTV, yeah. So,
what you make a for say I disagree with Femi on a huge grounds now because of few reasons. One, the government they put AYV under any pressure. For example, because if the government they put AYV under any pressure, like we clearly say, they will have asked a member or the host or a representative from that particular institution they for also make report in a police station because of their platform being used. If at all the government will put them under any kind of pressure because of the extended reach where they don't get right now. But it's not the case. Because what's make I say so? Now, just one example. I'll give another example. A couple of days ago or weeks ago, we already say there was an issue with government against who? Umar Fofana. Where did that come from? Is it not because of the question where Umar Fofana asked or he do a BBC Focus on Africa report where he quote again quotation, nothing to do with his words, but he quoted what in the First Lady say in where a man gets PhD in coup d'etat. That is exactly what he said, and that was even not his words. He actually played the audio version of what in the First Lady say. What did happen after that report today? They bash at him. If you're not getting for report, make you go for for report. So again, Umar Fofana was reporting things that were in their favor a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, some time ago. But he chooses to report that, thinking otherwise. We don't know why he did that because we're still questioning why should he make that sort of report. It wasn't really relevant, necessary at that particular point in time. But yes, he chooses to do that. But what didn't come back after him? Then bash at him. Again, we would expect, say, Umar Fofana for respond or somebody else should respond, right? We did not hear nothing. Just like when they say, what did the AYV do? Did they do a subsequent program for say, well, not to really cause the problem because we have a platform to share this program? And like Femi said earlier on, there was a cry, an outcry. It was a national concern. Everybody was talking about it. So there was nothing wrong with AYV hosting a program like that. But if the government think the people already part of that program, they are inciting people to go and do X, Y, Z, 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 then from the owner, the host, and the people who participate for that particular program, they for be requested for going to police station and make a statement asking the host.
And T-Boy, sorry for badging, that's my point, because Ady Macauley was a guest.
Exactly.
Right? He did not design the program. So if you're holding him for, say, in statement, it's an inciting statement for the people who come on up for camp protest. But you not arrest the people who camp protest, okay? But you arrest Ady Macauley. The one that will take responsibility, say, now we organize protests, you not arrest them. But you arrest Ady Macauley. So why you not arrest the one that will organize program? We invite Ady Macauley, because if he was not given a platform,
he wouldn't be there.
For can discuss, he would not have made that statement there. He has never been arrested for a statement that he made on Twitter, because he don't make stronger statements on Twitter. But he was not arrested. Twitter would then call them for come answer question or report them to America, say, Twitter, Ady Macauley don't come there. He was not arrested for what he said on Twitter, but he was arrested for what he said. Now a AYV program.
I think so. I'm not creating any kind of bias against AYV, but their platform, again, I will make example to it. How many times we don't get program in also way people don't get problem after a program? Practically none, except one who not too sure whether I made a sack anyway, or something maybe I made a sack.
Because what we do, what you would usually do, you know, for the benefit of reviewers, when we send you an invite, we give you a guidelines of what the conversation is going to be about, and we ask you if you're comfortable to have a conversation. That is why most times, when we do a program where we get guests, we know the open phone line, because we want the conversation to go on, and we want to protect some of those people as well. And if you don't feel comfortable, we have this. We've discussed programs from a production point of view, where we look at the program, but we look at it and say, no. This not will serve national interest. Also, you know, going to serve the guests them interest. They say no, don't come.
It's also our interest to protect anybody within our platform, including our reviewers. Then there's been times here where they actually go at people where they abuse reviewers. Then you say no, you can't do it. If you're gonna be joining our conversation, you don't abuse any of our viewers. You tackle the issues. So now we duty for protect una where they watch we. Like nobody no can say anything wrong to una. Like anybody no can for say thing or threaten una. Because if any threats come on our platform against anybody, we will chase that person. Because if anything happens after that, we will know who will be held responsible. We've seen it so many times where hosts show in reality TV shows and the issue in this country, where people in the go commit suicide after the program them. Guess what? Some of those programs has been shut down in the UK. They don't go anymore. So we therefore begin to look at it very seriously. What is in the interest of the platform for protect them guests where they come to their platform, for protect them viewership the way they watch them? Because now we all duty. As much as they defend we, and the same way we say for defend una, because when una they can't sit down and watch we, wouldn't they allow like anybody just come on the platform and begin to throw words at una? No. We interact with the person and ask that person to be very civil, because this is a civil platform. Everybody have the right to their views, and you should express it wisely. So I need to expect for make you call Ady Macauley for go report na CID, and then you left the person we host them. I come that you host, I can't book company. Then you know can arrest me again you also say Tibona this host you can will make you can commit this crime. So basically I they arrest you, I they arrest the person we get the host, and they arrest the person where they live inside that same host day with you. But how you go just can't arrest me? We can commit crime inside the host. Would I open the most for me for cancer the host? Would I give me side for cancer down inside the host? Would I give me WhatsApp for make a drink for make a for poison that person? Somebody solicits all that activities the way I can do inside that host day. So
they must not aid and abet you, right? Not to say they call her aiding and
should be held responsible as well under conspiracy, under collaboration, under abetting or whatever you might call it. So as far as I'm concerned,
in the UK, what do they call it? Joint enterprise, right? Because if you're holding Ady Macauley for joint enterprise, why not call AYV for being, joint enterprise crime? So that's what it is. Because UK, for example, if you they work out somebody will get F, where you say that you party, they arrest you with F, you are arrested as well.
Because you are in association with that person where they carry arms. So you and that person have the potential to use that arm at any given point in time.
Right. And how you go work out with somebody will get F for you don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the joint enterprise crime,
As far as I'm concerned, everybody should be held responsible, not just an individual. So Femi, then I'm your argument to you.
So let me ask Una, Una been think say the Independent Media Commission will get a role for play in this?
My opinion, yes or no.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting Independent Media Commission for play any role other than the Bar Association. The Bar Association has a greater role to play on this than Independent Media Association, because the Independent Media Association, IMC, as far as I'm concerned, should know the level of regulation of how media practices for happen as alone. Like I say, if they hold AYV responsible, then yes, I will understand. It is their duty.
But I mean, you not feel say them for the advice the police say that's not the route you're supposed to go. If anything, he's supposed to investigate.
No, I don't think IMC has that. I don't feel that they remits that. I think if IMC get anything for do with that particular issue, they mean for deal with AYV. Because I then get direct link with AYV. So AYV now me for don't do counter. Now AYV now for don't do the right now for go to the police and make statement. But IMC for don't go direct to AYV. Say, hold on guys, your platform has been used or your platform has been associated with several arrests of so many individuals within the past couple of months. What is happening here?
Yeah.
IMC has that duty to ask AYV or any media institution about their code of practices that is allowing people to be arrested or allowing people to suffer some consequences when they actually go on those platforms. That now IMC.
Because the platform don't become a risk now.
Well,
for people, for guests. It's a risk. Because if I go there, I don't know whether after I finish a radio program, I'll come back home or I'll be arrested. Karamo Kaba was arrested there or threatened to be arrested there. There was a gentleman who was beaten or arrested. What is his name? Fire Musa or something like that. A few years back, he was locked up because he finished the program at AYV.
Well, I would say now IMC then duty done for question AYV. But in terms of the arrest for Ady Macauley, I think the Bar Association has a greater role to play there because the Bar Association now is a representation of all lawyers in Sierra Leone, not some lawyers in Sierra Leone. And if the head of the Bar Association sits back and allow that to happen to a lawyer, no lawyer is protected. Because if you say it's good for Jack, it's good for Harry as well. So
yes, Femi.
No lawyer should be protected, or all lawyers should be protected under the institution of the Bar Association. If you arrest one of we unlawfully, we all should rise in your favor, not to just some of we no more. And the lawyers were not even. All the lawyers that we talk, maybe they raise grants. Most of them are not in Sierra Leone, and what a shame.
Well, you get few lawyers there, but they went there as individuals, not as an association.
But that's what I'm saying. The association should be held responsible for one of their members being arrested unlawfully, and they haven't put out a statement. If they haven't, because I haven't seen anything like a statement.
They did not. All they did, I think, they put out a letter to cancel a meeting that they were supposed to hold that day, and say they're gonna CID for go because one of them colleague was arrested or something. That was why they canceled.
As you say, they went there as individuals, right?
Yeah. Yes, Femi.
Not the Bar Association that are represented. It's individuals that went out on their way and represent or possibly go support Ady Macauley doing an arrest. But again, like I said, the Bar Association should be held responsible for any of their member being arrested. That is why you have union. When a union member is in trouble, the union rise and support that union member and defend if that union member is being falsely accused. That is why so the Bar Association should equally do the same. IMC should actually have a conversation with AYV as a media enterprise and ask them questions that they think might be useful to them or not. But as far as I'm concerned, those two institutions have their own duties and they should use it effectively.
Right. Okay. Yes, Femi.
Guys, so the whole thing about Ady, it's sad what's happening, but the truth is our country is broken. You know, we get all the laws them na the land. Una not get wrong, the law then dey na salon. It's just that people and they break the law fiti fata however they wish. We don't have the right structures in place. Now make we get this. You know, if you remember a few years back, President Trump tried for break the law, try for push in way, try for change elections in them. They force the electoral commissioner them for recount certain area them for change, you know. But because processes were in place, you know, allow them for do that. And then we're not getting a salon. We have the laws, but we not get the right process for make sure say these laws are obeyed, then they take the law, flag the small man. As I said the other day, you thief bread, you end up on a Pademba road for almost a year. But the one where they thief boku money, and where they break the law, are walking scot-free, and they treat them like a demigods. It is sad for Ade, but some tendency also for make we all OPWI and say we need structures in Sierra Leone. Waiting when they talk about the bar association, but waiting parliaments don't do. Parliament say anything bodies because the constitution, they're the lawmakers. If they still don't say the administration, they break the law and they're not getting nothing for Sebo Dande, in many ways them, even when a lawyer steps up and say the administration, they know they try, then they do this and do that and do that, and if they against with constitution, then he as well gets arrested. What is Parliament doing about it?
I agree.
There's many processes that way kind of missing in Sierra Leone. We're supposed to protect me, you, and anybody. The same laws that we're supposed to protect me today might be the same law that way they protect Mother Bio when he come on office, or any other minister where he come on office. So you understand. So it is important that Creoden can say now for take time where you backyard dirty. Because if you not sweep him, it go block inside you host one day. That's the problem. Not so because you're in power now that you're breaking the law. Because guess what? One day you might be on the receiving end. So it's important that whoever you be Juma, be T-Boy, be Femi, be any minister or president, that we ensure so we put processes in place. We go protect we families them and other people them, because you will not be in power forever.
Okay, so you see, when things can happen, sometimes I like to draw references so we understand whether we. For answer Tibo's earlier question, we say if I don't ever see then go defend or arrest anybody within our government, we don't say something. So we get a sitting minister of government, the Minister of States North, Abu, right? Remember, he had a meeting, police were present, and he made a statement that went viral for threatening young people and say, una mama then go wear black, we will shoot una, and we'll follow una tegona on us. A week or so later, or a couple of weeks later, there was a protest in Makeni, and police and the military shoot and kill people there. Was he arrested for inciting the police? Because he made a statement and something actually happened to the people the way he referred. Was that investigated? Yes, sir. Yes, Femi.
And we see shortly after that, we see police and soldier man there as well. They march and they dance and they make video. They say "Una komonado."
Right.
So you're right. Was he arrested? No, he wasn't. And then
so that was that not incitement?
Of course it was. He done in a more incitement than waiting Ade say. Well, I can't even say that because waiting Ade say was not incitement at all.
Okay, so no round up on this. So what's the implication on Sierra Leone? Then kind here. Yeah, what's not the implication? What's not the implication?
It means not just professionals are not safe in Sierra Leone, but every individual in Sierra Leone is not safe. Like I say a couple of years ago, you can be arrested for even picking a piece of paper on the floor in Sierra Leone, and they would jail you for that. Trust me. They go jail you for pick paper and are gone. You put it in your pocket. Police now will carry ask you, say, why you pick that paper and are gone? If you're able for answer why you pick that paper and are gone, to God, then go arrest you, then lock you up. We've been arrested for things that are not even worth anything. Me and you two don't day now with Bafos Junction. We just break seconds. What I say seconds in every reach. Okay, so entire line now because seconds now totally blah blah blah. I will say less than a minute. We park the person the crossover, they open the motorcar, we got arrested for that. Wilberforce Junction. Just because
and we actually engage the policeman, say who's out for break taxi, they all don't break.
They look the person not inside the motorcar already. Now move for the move so before that it's enough from the motkasemo kubangam. Juma bo bangam. And that's my brother get for go plan. Not can't find more trouble. We end up now
Congo
Cross police station. For how long? 2 hours. Just for being silly. And then we were stuck, we were held up at Wilberforce for over an hour and a half. Because the policeman say we not for move, it's not from the motor car, it a call for make somebody come for can arrest we. In that process, he go chase one Okada guy when nearly kill himself.
Say go bang people in markets.
Well, the must come with the coming at the opposite direction. I mean for kill him because he climb up the pavement. So these are the things that are worrying in Sierra Leone. So with all these arrests the way they happen. So like I said earlier on, if I ask lawyer for defending me as alone, he tell me point blank say you're not going for defending me. Now they're using this because instead of Sabembe, they can arrest them for defending me. So why you go defend me? So basically,
is that good for Sierra Leone?
Well, I don't know how you want to call it, but as far as I'm concerned, it's good for those that are executing it. But it's not what the Constitution says. Because anything anybody do, it's good for them. But not for everybody. And not what thing we govern by. If now what thing we govern by, then they execute against citizens of Sierra Leone, no problem. If anybody commits a crime, he should be held responsible. He should be arrested. He should be taken to court. He should be tried fairly. And he should be given justice. If you be found guilty, if guilty, and sentenced to whatever crime rates if was sentenced to, fine. I don't have any problem with that. When I commit a crime, I don't even speak to defend myself because I know I am in the wrong. And whenever I go policeman arrest me, but policeman don't stop me now. Body road. Say stop, I stop. Where you license? I don't have a license. Now my business cannot pull for jam for saying my license. And I say them. My name and details all the day. I apologize. And guess what he stopped me for? I don't put seat belt on a 50, 60 mile. Oh no. On a 25 mile an hour road. But guess what? It is still the law. I apologize. And he just laugh. I said I'm not going to do it again because I was running, getting to work in a hurry. I didn't put my seat belt. I just drove off from the main road, coming into Abaniro Junction. At the time, I say, oh damn, I don't put my seat belt. As I put so he actually knew I was in the process of doing it. But when you're wrong, but look, we become the states where they execute the rights laws, and then look, we seek justice for the one they really need them, and let them give you justice because that's the only thing we have left. If that again is going to be taken away from we, then what else would they live for? I don't
yes, Femi.
Question for Juma and T-Boy, and we guess them. Police and they break the law, or police and don't break the law in a salon?
Oku.
Juma?
Every day.
Okay, so on that note day, have they been arrested? You know, because now this country, okay, not all the time they happen. In America, where you do something wrong, be a civilian or member of the armed forces or police, you get to go face the consequences, not so? Even if you're not army man, they're not going to arrest you, but where they report you in a station, the military police go arrest you and then go investigate. So do we have that in Sierra Leone?
Well, again, like you say, we're not lack of policies or things them for tackle, but they're not doing it. That's the thing. The only time we then go arrest a policeman or punish policeman, now if he commit something we in boss not satisfied with, or somebody, we get power or money, can report them. Whether the policeman right or wrong, that policeman will be disciplined or arrested or being dismissed from the police force. That's the only time. Other than that, they are above the law. For as long as you wear that uniform, you're seen to be above the law. The policeman, they grab a go check. Can't cause goodness now. Or he go only go if he beat him. If they pull him belt, like he say 32 pattern. He pull him belt, he beat him, he left buff in company, and they can't help him for feds. So both police and soldier man then they do that one day. I recently soldier man go to a police station. He want go cause havoc before go broke all thing at the place they for beat the police people there. just because in Germany calling colleagues them for go beat the police. So people who wear uniform think say that they're above the law. We saw not too long ago, certain people that they refer to as forest guards carrying weapons, right? Go and shoot and they whap people them. Is that what happened to them? They attack policemen them because they wear certain uniform no more. City council police, yeah.
That the example of the OSD guy where been the beat that woman with gun waste.
Exactly, yeah.
Never got arrested.
Yeah. Right.
You kill that
Hastings.
That Hastings. Nothing not happened to him. And few more other killings that we don't see repeatedly by police officers. Nothing happens. So of course, yes, they get away with those crimes.
So now the point I need is for me, guys. We they see, especially in this day and age of telephone, that we get camera. So all man get camera with the walk around it. We they see evidence of police brutality. We they see police killings. Yeah, and you know, nothing's been done about it. None of them people also face the longer arm of the law. You know, but yet somebody will sit down at television and make and state an opinion in professional, not in opinion, safe. He analyze a document professionally, gets arrested. But yet people where they kill people them, where they beat people them mercilessly, breaking the law, are walking away scot-free. And I make us say, we might have all the laws in Sierra Leone book, but because we don't have the processes, then you know we know the police we country better. We magistrates them, you know, we judges them. Then say we get problem because then go send somebody to jail for years for petty crimes. But yet they're not going to even ask question. Wait, they're not going to even ask question why certain cases they not even reach na court. Because we they see the thing as I say, oh man get camera now. How come some of them people are not even in case they not they even reach that court for make the you know make the Sierra Leone legal institution able to do their work. You know, there's many processes that we'll get for look at now Sierra Leone for put together for protect me, you, and all we citizens including the first family.
Okay. Not go far, Femi. We just read in a paper today, you know, headlines. We say a young man was sent to prison by a magistrate because then say he share Adebayo in audio na WhatsApp. Because he share Adebayo in audio na WhatsApp. The magistrate.
It's ridiculous. I hear about one guy with the London, Juma. I don't even know if my mama and papa died. Because he was critical around the whole August 10, he's not able to go for the begging. Because then tell and say if you go, then you go arrest him.
See?
That's how sad we country don't be. That's
so are we supposed to accept this? You know, just carry on with it. Say, oh, it's the norm.
It is not the norm. We need to do something about it. You know, people that were in a position of authority or within a public office, you know, I can feel sorry for them at times, but I can understand because when you go in a public office, you're there to be, you know, to be attacked. I'm not saying physically attacked, but you know, people then for say things them against you. So what would they see thing and they happen against the mayor? And sometimes Ady Macauley himself I go lend small bit standing because he's a public man. He makes his opinion heard both online and obviously on national TV as well. And he's not scared. People are going to attack him. You know, I feel sorry for him, but you know, it's a good thing in a way because it make we all eye open. And we all for try for do something but for making it not happen to somebody else in the future. Because if it happen to somebody like a dandy, imagine what people go free tongue no waiting get for happen to them.
Exactly. Right. Okay. So again, if we want to say on this one before we jump to the other issue.
Yes. What if me last talk? No get question mark. It gets plenty alternative answers. So as far as I'm concerned, if it can happen to Ady Macauley, we live in a salon, we na legal practitioner, we in the bar association. Look at the legalities and more. If it can happen to Ady Macauley, we a lawyer.
Not to just any lawyer, senior lawyer, because I don't pass 10 years. He's been serving for 15 years.
A member of the bar association.
And not to just a member, he was a former executive member of the bar association.
Okay. He don't serve in a salon for more than 5 years.
15 years.
I don't know. I say more than 5 years. It can be 20.
For me, they tell you now 15 years.
All right. He's also, well, if you don't serve 15 years, you are one time an executive member of the bar association, you are a senior citizen. Yeah?
And he was a former commissioner for anti-corruption commission.
I don't even get question mark, but don't worry about that.
He was, because you supposed to serve for, don't serve for 10 years. All right.
But if they can arrest them unlawfully, not legally, if they can arrest them unlawfully, sometimes maybe.
And he was just not arrested, but he was jailed. And say, and this is important, because if a lawyer, you understand, you don't get guarantee on a lawyer for let you bail him, let you get a self-bail first, run a 1, 2, 3. Secondly, you not even get the confidence for let 20 or more lawyers that were ready for go stand say, hand them over to we they come bail this man. You say, oh, the man not done for giving statement. That is the reason. This person went to the police voluntarily. There was no bench warrant issued on his head or bounty or whatever. He came, now he walk a foot, he came, he said, they can't police. Una call me, so me don't come. But then you're not able for, after you don't take statement, you say, okay, we are not done the statement yet, go. Come back tomorrow and can continue statement. But you decided to put him in prison, you jailed him.
Juma.
Yeah.
Paddy. When I also me bra. Don't tell me please say T-boy. Right now, not get host na salon left for put as guarantor. For any.
Wow.
That's the level. That's the level.
Wow.
That's the level. Yeah.
When so everything where it gets, then our government and right now.
That's the level.
No, but explain it so people go understand. Because we talk and some man go understand what you did talk.
This friend of mine said to me, T-boy, no, boss, I don't know. Is it because I don't get property left again for puts for guarantee for bail? He said because I don't know what you get. So that means he don't even get in Osbook then and again. Apparently he's got 2 houses, I think, or so, yeah, or more. But it just make I understand no more say, don't take no chances. If you get people and we don't actually do not follow, okay, I haven't been the same for 4 years because I was doing something else anyway. I was doing some kind of stuff we make cannot go salon for the past few. Not very difficult because this government I will get on because I go if I just see me no more me SD initial and the ending of we're not gonna know exactly what it is. But you don't want to you don't want to go in a hostile situation where you know for say the unknown is inevitable. Yeah, because you cannot predict what is going to happen in Sierra Leone today, tomorrow, and the other day. Sierra Leone is unpredictable right now. And my concern, not just within the past 4 years, within the past 10 years, I don't get serious concern with the judiciary system in Sierra Leone because I have seen things with my eyes. Tell me, I don't dey inside courts, the law court of Sierra Leone, where in a Sheikha Stephen Street court in 3. Where they remove case so na file, it doesn't exist anymore in front of my eyes. And they say to me, say, if this can happen, so nobody When I say nobody, nobody of no influence, no status, no financial backing, no nothing, just an ordinary nobody. Then you tell me now, person where they in that platform, they what you go for do against you, Nasalon, is unpredictable. So I don't trust the legal system. I don't trust the police system. I don't trust, like I say, me and Juma every day, then go arrest you like a treated. Of course, me and Femi, you're not good for talk. For any time we do together, either police arrest me or make police palaver. For Jumayon, it's sure is guaranteed. We must get arrested every day in Africa. No surrounding the court.
Boy, let's forgive me, but stop it.
People don't go, this is not a joke, but this is no joke. Every single day, me and Juma drive in Africa, police go must stop with arrest we. Femi, of course, you need to come. But this not
the last police super will arrest me, say in spirit,
well, I don't need to talk to you. I've seen like a lie.
I say it's something.
Because like know it's for arrest we. He said
I say me spirit. Yes.
And they don't not just don't arrest me, they don't cock gun parry, they don't do all kinds of things against me.
Yes.
Police don't arrest me, you don't get paid for right statement. I mean back here, me own pen say, okay, write me own statement. So we don't go through a lot of police harassment in Sierra Leone. So when it takes a salon system in the police force or judiciary, in the work, not now for the past 10 years. That's not facts. You know, get nothing for do with politics. Like nobody don't like you say, oh, now because of this party there, now because of that party there, you know, get nothing for do with politics. Those two systems are the systems that are corrupting Sierra Leone, and every political party they take advantage of them. If we fix the judiciary and the police force, we probably not stop National because it means government officials not going to seize advantage against you. You not going to take advantage against government officials. It means you case go past now police because of the evidence where you give against any individual regardless. It means we go get confidence for go say we dey take this minister to court because he don't can seize land when not belong to him. We go get the confidence for say, I go take the state to court. Well, now he last was he will take salon government to court. You crazy. But anyway, that's my take on this. I like to go up Ukandong. I don't trust the Sierra Leone judiciary system and the police force. Now they are the worst elements where they make salon there.
Before Femi can inside somebody just don't identify the policewoman may say, now in spirit. Tijan say, if the police pull her over, I say because you know they smiley too serious.
Thank you.
So imagine. Yes, Femi, over to you.
Juma.
Yes.
Famulem. Tibona art possible for worker with. Tibona art possible worker with. So me, they never arrest me. They don't try them, but they never arrest me. All the time they don't try for arrest me now because of T-boy. Apart from 210 no more. 210 no more not to me, but 110 they invite me go to a police station. The policeman he drive Okada, he ride Okada car, he meets me na mi mutuka at park na traffic na Congo Cross. He said they invite me go police station, ask her for waiting. But that in other hand, the other time back where them were arrest me na front model. We come on our office, we did not traffic, we not even move the mosquito. The guy come, he meets me, say me no wear seatbelt. One car open call me. But myself, me na central boy, I threaten him. And in threaten me, threaten him. We threaten, we said, say, case done. The other time we are done in a police station, now where they arrest me driver. So not to be the arrest, so. They arrest me driver, but it come up bad pan that day because we been do one documentary for Salon Police and even in my laptop. So when they don't detain with say now open my laptop, I sit down now, I make like I the edits. Then they can't pass and they see them busting at the the screen. Now quick and they left me to go. But honestly, T-Boy na art possible for work with. Anytime you work with T-Boy, I know see that didn't a problem. Either would go fetch.
So now you can make them they arrest me.
I did tell you, Juma. No, they work out this way. We are so a bad guy right now. Now for tell I make it babble because we go free song.
I mean, I went and I said, hey, Juma, no argue them. Left there yourself. That's how we left there. Now, like, yeah, then they give the point now. So, you know, you guys see me where you stand now. This is how you. Yes. He said, he can't work around, but can I point to touch like at the checkpoint? Say, you know, start where's this? You know, say a crime for where you stand now for there. I say, coach for me the traffic code. Who say right? Eh. It's okay, we park now. That's a park. Who's a park now? They all the Okada, they now the bike, then keke, they pass fast. So then drag in there now and then. In a way, it's still open the boot. I say, no, you should say go open. And they grab now, so that's so. As you don't, they go open the boot, pass. It can I see all the side people drag. Nanet. Then don't they go. Go, party, una go and all they give people a problem. That's you now so for sleep. And I know how they go. So, but you see, but you're absolutely right.
But it is. I say some policeman stop on a Kuto because in Bele big.
I see. Yeah. Because that money, and then they enjoy salon money. The policeman right. That and they enjoy salon money in Bele too big.
So James say police don't stop on a Kuto Road because the policeman say in Bele big. We don't laugh about all that here. So, but it's serious. It's very right, yeah. Because you don't feel safe in your own country. Because the worst of it all, if they take advantage over you, now buff case. Because what's out there right now? Yes, there is police brutality, but at least you will not be denying justice forever. As long as there are evidence to prove that police was in fault, they will go all out and investigating. If they don't want to investigate themselves, then get people in way they responsible for all this the police system for their bad doings. Then we go behind that case to then find justice for you. If now yes, it will find no more find justice for you. So that is the concern. The concern is justice cannot be given to you, and the worst of it all, the one way for make sure say they give you justice. Now then back they take advantage over you. So how you go take them to court or hold them responsible for crimes being perpetrated against you as a civilian, and not the other way around? Because police can kill you now, buff. Nothing come up behind it. But if you hold police safe, now problem. You go to jail for how many weeks, how many months, just for make you hold on more because he broke with you.
Don't go for all. The mayor was invited to the police for what? The mayor of Freetown.
Obstructing justice.
What was the obstruction?
Obstructing investigation.
What did she do? What did she do?
He not even touch nobody. She decided.
What did he do?
He do a selfie of himself and he express in concern for say they don't arrest in council or where he's supposed for the fly with for go New York for the UN conference. That's how she did. And she was upset. So you're not going to be upset in front of the police officer?
No, but she not forget how I'll be upset. This person, the way they talk first, now very expressive, right? The mayor very expressive when they talk, you know, one for articulate instead. That's how she talks. You know, they making points. And it was frustrating. For like you don't go first for go through Lunge first, that airport. When they know you don't then say you don't finally go inside the flight, you want things, say you go sit down. Then call you, say you staff, a member of the council, when you're not head of the council. They don't tap ayanda because of which. So you can't for car watch. You hear anything and they absurd. You know, for like you can hold a councillor. You know, wait for a way they return. You can arrest an Alunge if really, but you wait at August 10, who say you can hold an Alunge? September waiting.